Good morning everyone and welcome to Friday. I thought I would do a chat here today on my main page rather than our West Wickham Health and Fitness page so that more of you can see the chat, and then if you want to follow West Wickham Health and Fitness to get twice weekly vlogs, then you can. So it is a much better day today weather-wise, so hopefully this will shift some of your moods and your mindsets. I know the weather plays a big part in how we feel, how we think, and how we turn up for ourselves for the day. It just does. It certainly makes me feel better and it makes me more productive. I love this weather. So I am on here today just to show you or speak to you about not only running a fitness business but being the CEO of a charity, and also being an activist and a campaigner. Many people wear many hats, but I feel that I wear many hats, and I choose to do that because I am the activist, the campaigner, the health and wellness coach, etc, etc. But one thread that runs through everything I do is holistic health, is doing what you preach about because it's important. So without your health, gang, you know you can't turn up in your life, you can't fulfill your potential, and you struggle with everyday stuff. It's really funny, there's a couple of my ladies that have just done the early risers workout and now they're going for a walk around this lovely location to get their steps in. So good on them. Anyway, back to what I'm talking about. So we wear many hats. Now, some people have remarked about, well, you're spreading yourself thin. I don't feel that I am. I feel that everything I do, as I said, has that underlying thread of holistic health, of standing up for truth, transparency, to build trust, and then also hold people to account. Now, this could be on a personal level. It could be on a corporate level. It could be on a government level, and it could be on a societal level. And I work grassroots up to government level on all of those themes. And it's really important that we speak truth to ourselves, that we are transparent about what we are doing, and that enables trust. Now, the cohort of people that I work with, they've had their trust smashed, their self-esteem is often at rock bottom, they are stuck in their lives at different levels. Some can never work, some are professional people. Because of what they've gone through, they're living with the impact of trauma in their everyday lives, and it affects every facet of their lives. And they will turn up in the world with those lived experiences, and they will live their lives under a framework of what they know and what they don't know. So they may be living with symptoms that they feel is this condition or that condition, but the actual root cause to their ill health, the root cause to what is keeping them stuck, is what we have all gone through as children, young people, and adults. We only know what we know. We don't know what we don't know. Ignorance keeps us stuck, and I don't mean that in a way that puts anyone down. I mean that if you raise awareness, if you acknowledge what is going on, if you educate yourself on whatever it is you are trying to change, then we can all put solutions in place, not only for ourselves, but for our communities, for our corporates, and for our society. So, you know, you don't know what you don't know, but you can change that for whatever it is you're working on or for. So, I'm on a speaker training course at the moment, and I've been doing speaker training for over a decade now, and I'm trying to become a master at my delivery. So it's really important that I get my messaging right, and it's important that I get you to understand that the power is within you. Even if you feel really disempowered, even if you feel like your self-esteem is on the floor, even if you feel really stuck and you don't know what road to take, you have the power within. You can work with mentors, coaches, you can have conversations with people like me, but ultimately the only person that can change your environment, your circumstances, what is going on for you, is you, with the help and support of those around you. Now, not everybody in your life that you think you can turn to for help and support would be the right person for you. They may have so much going on for themselves, they may not have the understanding or the expertise to help you with what is going on for you. But having the conversations, speaking about what you need, having a listening ear is all part of the process of working out what it is you need, what you don't need, what you need to change, what you don't need to change, and how you can move forwards, those next steps, the small steps. So it's all important, it's part of the process. Now, no one in this life is perfect. None of us. We're all human, we're all work in progresses, we are all at different stages in our lives, in our recoveries, in where we are. We all want different things from our lives. So you need to, as a person, work out what it is you want from your life. You need to understand your beliefs, what it is you truly believe, what it is you've been told by the people around you, how have you been informed, and you need to work out what it is that is keeping you stuck, and then how do you move forward? You need to make a plan of action. So this is very deep, and I want it to be, because I want you to really think about what it is you want, what it is you stand for, what principles do you live by, what are your non-negotiables, what it is you need. Not at the expense of other people, don't get me wrong. I'm all about community, I'm all about charity, I'm all about helping others. However, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, okay? So you can use some of your energy, your skills, your expertise, your knowledge to help other people, but you can't make them make the changes that they need. We can't change people. We can help, we can support, we can inform, we can raise awareness, we can educate. But ultimately, they need to be accountable for their action or non-action. And for me, I do this on a personal level, I do it at a corporate level, I do it at a government level, and I do it at a societal level. And when I was on my speaker course this week, especially yesterday, it was a little bit of an eye-opener for me. They said you need to be remembered as a speaker in 3 to 5 words. And I came up with, after a little bit of onion peeling with the Speaker Summit team, the Pro Speaker team, I came up with, you're worth fighting for. So that is what I'm going to be known as. You're worth fighting for. And that goes back to my 16-year-old self, my 9-year-old self, my 7-year-old self, but also me as an adult. Also, all of those victims and survivors, all of those people who have been harmed through abuse, who are living with that daily impact of trauma, who are none the wiser, who may be fully aware of what's going on for them, but holding the government to account for the ICSA recommendations, the package of measures that needs to be put in place as a foundation in order to improve the response to child sexual abuse and child exploitation. That is what I am going to be known for. You're worth fighting for. So that's on an individual level. That is on a corporate level. That is on a government level and on a societal level. All of my messaging, everything that I do, my principles, my non-negotiables, you're worth fighting for. So, we also went through yesterday the archetypes of how to turn up and how to speak, how to present. And one of the mentors turned round and said to me, you're a bit like a majestic speaker, calming, you know your stuff, and you really want to make a difference. You want to leave a legacy. And I can get on board with that, because that is what I feel my role in life is. I am a connector, a communicator, a change agent, and all of those things I use in my everyday life. Doesn't matter whether I'm delivering a class, I'm delivering a presentation, I'm delivering a talk, whether it's just a educational awareness talk, whether it's an accountability talk, or whether it's a keynote. It doesn't matter. They're my underlying principles that I live by and that I show up with in my everyday life as an individual, as a trainer. So, as I said, very deep video here, and I wanted to reach more people. Now, I've done a lot of writing in the last few weeks and a lot of studying as well. And it's come to my attention that anti-money laundering, compliance, and the rules around it, the, the accountability around it is more in depth, is embedded. The policies, the procedures, the culture, all of that around AML is tighter, more in depth, and known about more so than child protection. And that to me is ironic, it's disgusting, and it should not be tolerated. All of that work that has gone on around AML, the training, the culture, the punishment, the redress, the recourse, all of that is part of the 20 recommendations made by the independent inquiry into child sexual abuse. I spent 8 years of my life on that inquiry, okay? I know it inside and out. And I know that the current proposition by this government and former governments will not protect children and young people like the AML protects money. And that is just not right. And I'm calling it out. So if you want to see my post on this, I will post it again underneath this video. And I really want you to have a conversation and challenge the status quo. Yeah? Because our children and young people and the adult survivors who've gone through horrific stuff deserve, absolutely 100% deserve more than what they're getting. So, I'm going to get off my high horse now, but I'm hoping that this makes you think differently. I hope that it makes you want to know more, and I hope that you will start having conversations about difficult topics like child sexual abuse and exploitation, and help me spread the word, hold people to account, because we all want better protection for our children and young people, and also get the right specialist help and support for the adults who've been harmed through all forms of abuse: mental, physical, sexual, psychological, religious, domestic violence. All of that is so important. And at the moment, I feel that the government always focusing on one area. We need a whole systems approach. We need to look at the bigger picture, all facets of abuse. And as I said so many bloody times, the ICSA recommendations, if implemented in full, will put a foundation in place that will drive all other change going forwards, and it will also make us then be able to drill down and identify new areas that need tweaking and changing. But we need to start from somewhere. And the fact that we are working in silos, cherry picking, not doing what is needed is really sad, frustrating, makes me extremely angry, and many people in society, many people that I know, do not understand what is going on and why it is so important. Hence why I'm making these videos, why I'm writing posts, and why I constantly, on a daily basis, try and shift the narrative. All right, so if anything I've said resonates with you, please comment below. Please share this video. If you want a conversation, if you want me on a podcast, if you want me on part of a program, if you want me on the radio, if you want me on TV, I'm there. I'm your girl, okay? You're worth fighting for. That is my main phrase that goes now through all of my work in the past, in the present, and in the future. So thank you for joining me. Let me know your thoughts and I will come back and answer any comments that you may have. All right, take care of yourselves. Remember, own oxygen mask on first. If you're fit, healthy and well, you can turn up for other people. You can turn up and fight for change like I'm doing, always done and will always do. All right then, my friends, take care and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.